Today's episode of Janick unfolds like a quiet tragedy wrapped inside wedding festivities. Smiles, music, and rituals continue on the surface, but underneath, truths long buried begin to claw their way out. The episode balances romance, deception, and silent heartbreak, slowly building toward an emotional explosion that is now inevitable. A sweet beginning masks an approaching storm. The episode opens on a warm and cheerful note, with Adidi's friend excitedly showing Rishi a photo of Adidi dressed beautifully for her wedding. The glow on Adidi's face reflects happiness, hope, and dreams of a future she believes is secure. Her friend teases Rishi playfully, complimenting Adidi's beauty and joking about how lucky he is. Rishi, completely confident and deeply in love, responds with a filmy yet heartfelt line that he could take Adidi to the marriage mandip even if he were blindfolded. What might sound dramatic to outsiders comes straight from his heart. His words surprise Adidi's friend, who laughs and admits she never imagined such romance hidden beneath Rishi's strict, disciplined officer-like demeanor. For a moment, everything feels perfect: laughter, teasing, and wedding joy filling the air. Krishnendu's call turns joy into fear while the wedding preparations continue in full swing. A parallel storm brews elsewhere. Krishnendu calls Adidi, and his voice alone brings unease. Without hesitation, he drops a shocking revelation. He claims to have demanded 50 lakhs from Rishi to keep quiet, and says Rishi flatly refused. Adidi is confused and irritated. She asks Krishnendu what nonsense he's talking about. But he doesn't stop there. With deliberate cruelty, Krishnendu tells her that Rishi has been keeping a village girl as a maid in his house and is now shamelessly preparing to marry a rich girl like her. His words are filthy, calculated, and meant to destroy. Disgusted and furious, Adidi warns him that she is recording the call and will send it to the police, accusing him of spreading malicious rumors on her wedding day. But Krishnendu remains unfazed. He coldly tells her that he isn't spreading rumors, he's stating facts. He warns her that she will regret marrying Rishi if she doesn't uncover the truth today. Before disconnecting, he tells her to look at the photos he's sending and save her life before it's too late. The call ends, but Adidi is left frozen, trembling, and shaken to her core. Rishi awaits, unaware of the earthquake ahead. Back at the wedding venue, Chotan asks Rumi to escort Rishi to the mandip. Dressed in royal groom attire, Rishi takes his seat with calm dignity. He looks confident, composed, and ready to begin his new life, completely unaware that his past is moments away from colliding with his present. Watching all of this from a distance is Janick. Standing quietly in a corner, Janick feels like the ground beneath her feet is slipping away. Her eyes fill with tears as memories flood her mind. Memories of her own marriage to Rishi. What once felt like a lifetime bond now feels like a distant dream. Yet every recollection burns painfully fresh. She watches Rishi from afar, knowing she must remain invisible, even as her heart breaks in silence. Pride, introductions, and bitter irony. Meanwhile, Dadabai busies himself proudly introducing guests. He introduces Nilu to Anirudh and Chotan, speaking warmly and proudly. He also introduces Nilu's husband, praising him as an honest officer. Anirudh laughs heartily and remarks that even his son-in-law Rishi is an honest officer. The irony hangs heavy in the air. Unknown to him, Rishi's honest life is standing on the edge of exposure. Adidi's world collapses elsewhere. Adidi opens the photos sent by Krishnendu, and in that moment, her world shatters. Her hands tremble uncontrollably as she stares at the images, photos of Rishi marrying Jhanak. The shock is so intense that her phone slips from her grip and falls to the floor. Her eyes remain fixed, blank, refusing to blink, as reality crashes over her. Her friends rush to her side, asking what happened, but Adidi cannot speak. Krishnendu's words echo loudly in her mind. Her friends gently remind her that everyone is waiting for her at the mandip. But Adidi is no longer the same woman who left that room earlier. Janick's silent prayer, an unspoken fear. From a distance, Janick watches Adidi. Her heart twists in ways she cannot explain. She whispers to herself that Adidi looks radiant, glowing like a true bride. Folding her hands, she prays to her village deity, asking them to bless Rishi and Adidi with happiness and peace. Yet even as she prays, her heart rebels. Tears roll down her cheeks as fear grips her. She questions herself. If Rishi's real marriage is happening, why can't she be happy for him? Why does everything feel so wrong today? Trying to suppress her emotions, Jhanak decides to leave. She tells herself she doesn't want to feel like this anymore. But destiny has other plans. Suspicion, lies, and a summons. Pyle notices Jhanak standing alone and asks what she's doing there. Jhanak quickly wipes her tears and lies, saying she was just admiring the wedding decorations. Neelu arrives and instantly senses something is off. She bluntly asks Jhanak why she looks so upset. Jhanak lies again, insisting she's fine and only wanted to see Adidi. Seeing Janak's broken state, Pyle gently invites her to come along and meet Adidi. But Jhanak politely refuses. Neelu, impatient and blunt, tells Pyle to stop wasting time on Jhanak and drags her away toward Adidi's room. Adidi's demand sets the stage for truth inside the room. Adidi remains lost in devastation. Pyle informs her that Rishi is waiting eagerly at the mandip. Neelu jokes casually, suggesting Adidi might be emotional about leaving her house after marriage. Adidi, holding back tears, says it's not that. She then makes a firm request. She wants to talk to Jhanak alone before going to the mandip. Neelu objects, saying this isn't the time for private conversations. But Adidi refuses to budge. She declares she will not step out unless she speaks to Jhanak first. Realizing her determination, Pyle finally agrees and asks Neelu to call Jhanak. Neelu approaches Jhanak and informs her that Adidi is calling her. Pyle adds lightly that maybe Adidi wants to give her a farewell gift. Neelu urges Jhanak to hurry. Episode ends. Truth poised to explode. The episode ends on this nerve-wracking note, leaving viewers restless and anxious. Precape heartbroken, Adidi confronts Jhanak directly. With tears and rage in her eyes, she shows her the marriage photos and demands to know the truth about her relationship with Rishi. Written update review. Today's episode was a masterclass in silent pain and slow-burning revelation. Janak's heartbreak was portrayed with depth and dignity. Her prayers for Adidi felt genuine, yet her sorrow remained undeniable. Adidi's discovery marks the turning point of the story, and her strength will now determine the fate of this triangle. Krishnendu continues to thrive as the chaos instigator, while Rishi remains tragically unaware of the storm heading his way. The episode relied heavily on expressions rather than dialogues, making the emotional impact even stronger. The precap promises an intense confrontation. Tomorrow's episode is set to unleash an emotional hurricane.